Alright, just when we thought everything was going really well, I was just harvesting along and we've lost all cab power. So when I turn the key on, the fuel pump starts at the back, none of the dash or anything comes on, and the machine will start, which is good, but none of the controls on the joystick work, so I can't lift the front up any higher than it is. So, not really sure what's happened. I'm thinking it's the main cab power relay. But if it's not that, well, I don't really know what it is. But anyway, Onion's just gone and got the ute, and we're going to pull the cab power relay out and see if it's the trouble. Alright, I'm on the other side of the scale here today. I am in the chaser bin and we've got cart ace set up. We've put ag leader steering in the Johnny, in this old Johnny, and it's steering me along, catching the chaser bin. This is cool. So yeah, we're utilising the cart ace feature on the ag leader screens, which comes with any ag leader in command 1200. Although it has to be paired with an ag leader yield mapping system like we've got on the header. And you can see here from the chaser bin, I can see what yield, I can see the yield map from the paddock. I can also see where the header is, how fast it's going, and how many tons per hectare he's harvesting. So that's all from the ag leader screen. They're just talking together, so it's really handy. So we're back at the bin now, just emptying out. You can see the PDO shaft spinning. Always be very careful of them. They're seriously dangerous, very dangerous. Anyway. Also, another thing that ag leader set up for us was a counter. And what this counter does is, even though it says JD 9400, that's because we forgot to change the name of the display, it shows how much grain Dad has got in his header box. So currently there's 1,700 kilos in there, and I know that a full chock-a-block full box is 5,000 kilos. So I can see Dad on the header's got about 4,600 kilos in, so he's about ready to empty out. And we're going to test out this cart ace along this wiggly line that he's left. And in theory, it should give me a nice line to guidance, a nice guidance line to follow. So you can see just there how it's made a curvy guidance line based on where Dad had freehand driven the header. That's one massive advantage of a cart ace. It just takes the line off what the header did on the last pass. So it's very cool that it's able to do that, I reckon. So Dad just called up on the radio before and said that the reel had stopped spinning around, and on closer inspection the bolt that goes through this sprocket into the reel, that bolt there, had broken off. So we found one that'll fit, and now we're just putting the nuts on, then we can go harvesting again. There we go. She's all spinning. Fixed, ready to go harvesting. Look at that, lovely. She's going well. Alright, Ryan came back, he's on the chaser bin, and I'm gonna go home and have some lunch. Alright, another paddock done. Now, these two, we've got to head north. So we have taken the front off the header, we put it on the comb trailer behind. She's hooked up in one big train. We also folded the auger down on the chaser bin. It's folded down so we don't knock it off on anything. And currently we're putting some fuel into Onion's tractor so he doesn't run out. Alright guys, so we made it out here to Onan last night. We did one box full and then decided we'd had enough and we went home and knocked off for the night. But we're back out here, we're into it, up to 12 hectares. You can see it's only going 1.7 tonne to the hectare. That's because this soil type, is pretty much just beach sand, and we're just always limited by our moisture out here. We have limited rainfall, and yeah, we just can't grow the crops we can back at home. But the land price reflects it. It's a lot cheaper out here. Right guys, I thought I'd just hop out here and show you something. So this stuff here, well, this is the barley. You can see it's not very tall. We're cutting it off fairly low. This part here looks alright. Oh, there's a stump. You gotta try not to get these in the header because it doesn't like it. Yeet. Anyway, that part there looks alright. This part down here looks different. Now you can look at these heads, see how they're not bent over, they're like straight like this, and it's very, very short here. And it only gets worse the further you go down there. Up there is sand, down here is heavy clay soil. Now, when we're out here sowing in, when we're out here spraying and spreading in July, it was very wet. There's a few tracks, bog marks from when I was spraying. This heavy country, it got very wet in July. The sand, it's free draining, so the moisture just went down, 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 and the plant's roots on the sand could just follow that moisture down. On the heavy dirt, the moisture all stayed in the top, which set the plants back because it was too wet for them. And then when it dried out in July, in the end of July, August and the start of September, there was just no moisture for it and it stunted it. But over there on the sand, it could keep going down further to get the moisture. So normally the heavy dirt is the much better crop than the sand, but this year it's changed. The heavy dirt's hardly worth harvesting, and the sand looks really good. Anyway, just an interesting thing. So just the same as some of the paddocks at home, there's been a lot of grain knocked on the ground by kangaroos and emus. Sad to see. Alright guys, we shut the gate. We did 56 hectares today. Everything's filled up, or the bin's filled up. Not the header and the chaser bin. Dad has been carting at home, but he's not coming out again to pick up another load. We're just gonna knock off. I'm nearly out of fuel, so we'll bring some out. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow is a total 5 van. We'll bring it out on Monday. So, see you then.